good morning, Miss and all my friends. We are from Group 6. Here we will present material about problem-based learning or PBL. The names of our group members are Ketat Winarti is simulator, and me, Pututati Aryani is presenter, and the last one, Ida Ayu Cantika Cahya Putri is presenter. Okay, here we will discuss about number 1 is the definition, number 2 is the objective, number 3 is the characteristic feature, number 4 is the characteristic, number 5 is the learning style, number 6 is the advantages, and the last one, number 7 is the disadvantages. Next. Okay, the first material will be explained by me. Definition of PBL or problem-based learning. Problem-based learning or PBL is a learning method that involves student and teacher to solve problems together. Students study the material and must be skilled at dealing with problems involved in various situations such as focusing on problem solving in real-life context. That way, it can help students develop thinking skill, problem solving, intellectual skills, learn adult rules, and are also independent. Next. Okay, this learning method is built with the idea of constructivism and student-centered learning. This learning model is carried out through student collaboration in small groups. The teacher as a facilitator and use real-life situation as the focus of learning, poses various problems, asks questions, and support student learning. Students will work in groups to solve real and complex problems that can develop problem-solving skills, reasoning, communication, and self-evaluation skills. Next. Okay, the next material is the objective of problem-based learning or PBL. According to Rohman, suggests that there are several objectives of problem-based learning, namely, number 1 is to encourage cooperation in the completion of assignment among students. Number 2, having elements of teaching and learning so as to encourage student observation, behavior, and dialogue with others. Number 3, involve students and investigate their own choice that enable them to understand and explain real-world phenomena. Number 4, will student optimistic that the problem is something interesting to solve, not something to be avoided. And the last one, involving the domains cognitive, affective, and psychomotor in student in a balanced way so that the result can be remembered longer by student. Next. Okay, the next material is the characteristic feature of problem-based learning or PBL. Number 1 is addressing the problem. This learning model is based on setting in teaching according to the problems faced by students in everyday life. This can make the learning received by students more relevant and meaningful. Number 2 is natural inquiry. The PBL method is problem-based learning that requires students to carry out such natural. This is useful for creating real solutions to any problems encountered. Number 3, shaping results and presenting them. PBL learning requires students to be able to create real produce results. The result can be in the form of writing, video, multimedia, image, and reports. And the last one, number 4, PBL trains collaboration and cooperation. Learning based on this problem has a characteristic in the form of cooperation between students. This can be formed by creating multiple groups with few members or small group with many members. Next. Okay, that's all material from me. The next material will be continued by Dayu. Dayu, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Tati, for the time. So here I will explain about the characteristic of problem-based learning or PBL. First is the learning process must begin with a problem that is dominated by a real problem. Learning materials and activities must pay attention to the circumstance in order to attract the attention of students, and the teacher is a supervisor during the learning process. Students need to be given time to think or gather information and develop strategies for problem solving. And the level of difficulty of the material being studied is not at a high level, which can make students despair. And the last is a comfortable, quiet, and safe learning environment should be built so as to develop students' ability to think and solve problems. And the next material is the learning steps in problem-based learning. So phase number 1 is students' orientation on problems. And the teacher's behavior is explain the meaning and the learning objective, explain the necessary logistical needs, and motivate students to be involved in problem solving. Phase number 2 is organizing students to learn, and the teacher's behavior is help students define learning tasks relate to the problem. And number 3 is guiding individual group or experiences. This is encourage students to gather appropriate information, carry out experiments, and seek explanation and solution. Number 4 is develop and present the work. In this occasion is helping students in planning and preparing materials for presentation and helping them to share assignment with their friends. And the last is analyze and evaluate the problem-solving process. So the teacher is help students reflect on and evaluate the investigative process they use in solving problems. And the next material is the element in problem-based learning. So they are integrate learning, contextual learning, constructivist learning, active learning, and learning interesting. So I will explain about the integrate learning. So integrate learning is learning integrates all subjects areas. Learning is comprehensive, involving aspect of child development. Children build thinking through hands-on experience. And in contextual learning is children learn something that is real, happens, and is experienced in their lives. And children feel directly the benefits of learning of their lives. In constructivist learning is children build their thinking through direct experience or hand-on experience, and the children is learning by doing. And active learning is children as a learning subject who actively determine, do and evaluate, or plan, do and review. And the last is learning interesting. Learning is more interesting and fun for children because children are directly involved in determining the problem. So there are advantages of problem-based learning as first, make students more active, and the second is the potential of the students is more developed. The third is students can apply the material they get to real life problems. And number 4 is students understand and benefit from what is learned. And the disadvantages of problem-based learning are not all schools can implement a problem-based learning system because it causes the class to be not conducive. The second is the implementation of PBL takes a long time, so it is considered less efficient. And the last is students do not get complete basic knowledge. Well, that's all the material from group 6. Sorry if there are intentional and unintentional mistakes in conveying the material. I hope you enjoy the presentation video from our group, and hopefully it will be useful for you. Thank you.
Hello, good morning everyone. How are you today?
I'm good, miss. How about you?
Okay, I'm very well also. Thank you for asking me. Okay, before we study, I will look for praying. Pray, begin. Pray, finish. So, who is your friend absent today? Siapa teman yang ada yang absent today?
There's no absent today, miss.
Alright, good. I hope you all stay healthy, right? So, I have a question. Have you gone to Nusa Lembongan Island?
Not yet.
Same with me. For us. Okay, now what should we do if we want to know about Nusa Lembongan Island?
Watch YouTube, miss.
You're right, yeah, Chatri. So we can know about Nusa Lembongan Island by watch YouTube. Each other?
We can now read from the text, miss.
Yes, we also can read from the text that provide about Nusa Lembongan Island. So my next question is, what kind of the text that we can know about Nusa Lembongan Island?
Descriptive text.
Yes, good. So today we will learn about descriptive text. After you study about descriptive text, you should be able to first explain the social function of descriptive text. Second, you should be able to analyze the generic structure of descriptive text. And the next, you should be able to explain the detailed information about language feature of descriptive text. So, what is the benefit about descriptive text? So what is the benefit of the descriptive text? Anyone can help?
It's describe place, things, or people, miss.
Okay, good. Okay, because all of us never go to Nusa Lembongan Island, let's watch the video about Nusa Lembongan Island. So on the video, you can see the beautiful place of Nusa Lembongan Island. About situation and also the culture and also the people in there. Okay. Okay, is it interesting or not? Is it interesting or not?
Interesting.
Okay, good. Which part do you like? Which part do you like on the video? Which part do you like on the video?
Beautiful.
Okay. So we can continue after we know about situation in Nusa Lembongan Island by video. We can go to the next slide. So I have a descriptive text. What is about? What is about? What is about? On the slide?
It is about Nusa Lembongan, Miss.
Ah, good. Okay. So, what do you know about about descriptive text? So, what do you know about descriptive text? After
Text that describe everything is
Okay, good. So, you are right, okay? A descriptive text usually focuses on describing a single location, object, event, person, or place. Now, I have three problems to find problem solving, so I divided you all into three groups. For the first group, your problem is find what is the social function of descriptive text. For the second group, your problem is find the generic structure of descriptive text. For the last group, your problem is find the language feature of the descriptive text. I will give you 10 minutes. So, good luck. You can find on Google or you can share your knowledge with your friends. So if you're difficult to find your problem, free to ask me, my students. Okay, time is up. Are you ready for presenting your group discussion? But
Yes, Miss.
okay, but only
yes,
one
Miss.
person. But only one person of your group presenting later. For the first group, go on.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, Aggie, go on.
Okay, our problem is find what is the social function of descriptive text. So the social function of descriptive text is to know and promote Nusa Lembongan as storage object, Miss.
Okay, good. For the group 2, you can prepare yourself. Who is group 2? Okay, Chatri, go on.
Okay, for the generic structure, they are identification and description. For the identification, Nusa Lembongan Island is one of the three sets of islands located in the southeast of Bali, Nusa Penida, Nusa Lembongan, and Nusa Ceningan. From those three islands, Nusa Lembongan is the best one. And for the description, having condition which is still beautiful and natural, this island is ready to pamper you. If you like water sports, especially diving or snorkeling, it is recommended for you to decide Nusa Lembongan as the next destination. There are several locations with underwater natural beauty which are not doubtful. Coral reef and colorful fish around the island of Nusa Lembongan is so riveting. There are also some equipments for snorkeling and diving to rent. Most residents of Nusa Lembongan is seaweed farmers. So it is not surprising if you get in Nusa Lembongan, you will see seaweed which is being spread out in the sun. Because there are also some village where seaweed cultivation becomes main commodity. Not infrequently, travelers rent a motorbike or bicycle to surround the island. Come and prove naturalness of this island. That's all from me, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, good. Group 2. Okay, Chatri can provide the example also, right? So, for the next, group 3, are you ready?
Yes, Miss, I'm ready.
Okay, go on.
Okay, thank you for the time, Miss. So here I will to present our work about language features. So in descriptive text, there are four language features. The first is specific participant. So specific participant has a certain object. It is not common and unique and only one. For example, Nusa Lembongan Iceland. And then number 2, the use of the adjective or an adjective. And then to clarify the noun, and for example, Nusa Lembongan is the best one. And then number 3, the use of simple present tense. The sentence patterns use is simple present because it tells the fact of the object described. And then the last number 4, action verb. Verbs that show unactively, and for example, snorkeling and diving. Okay, that's all from me, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, good, Group 3. You also can provide the detailed example. So, we can conclude. Descriptive text is a text which says what a person or thing is like. Its purpose is to describe and reveal a particular person, place, or thing. And the social function, to promote Nusa Lembongan as tourist object. And the generic structure is identification and description. So the last, language feature. There's 4, specific participant, the use of the objective, an adjective to clarify the noun, and the 3, the use of simple present tense, and the last, action verb. You also write and the correct answer. So, okay, you all already know about descriptive text. Any question, my students?
No, Miss, it's clear.
Okay, because time is up, we are finished our meeting together. For the next meeting, we will make descriptive text. So before that, let us start to pray. Pray, start. Pray, finish. Okay, see you next week. Thank you for your attention, my students. Goodbye.
See you, Miss. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss.